Okay, so something special is happening this weekend. Can you remember what it is? Emily? Yes, it's Mother's Day. What does that mean, Emily? Do you want to come talk into the microphone? Oh, she doesn't know what that means.
Mother's Day means you love someone lots.
Oh, yes, that is true. There was lots of love around for Mother's Day. Okay, so tell me, you all have mums, yeah? Yes? Okay, so what is the name of your mum?
Nancy.
Okay, you're going to have to say that using your pronunciation. Pronounce the name properly.
Nancy.
Nancy. What about Ethan?
Minion.
Wow. Jara?
Tamara.
Nice. Lily?
Tamara.
Oh, well done, Lil. Emily?
Minion Ho.
Oh, very good. What is your name, darling? Hayley? Come closer.
Indy.
Indy? Oh. Okay, so I have a few questions for you. I want you to think about these questions about your mum, okay? If your mum was a cartoon character, who would she be and why? Okay, who wants to think and share their answer? All right, Lil, come closer. Cartoon character, okay?
Cartoon character.
All right, anybody else? All right, Jara, be kind.
Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, that's 2 cartoon characters. Let's hope that you are only meaning one. Here's another question for you. What is your most favourite thing about your mum? Ethan, I'm going to get you to answer this one. What is your most favourite thing about your mum? She cooks dinner. Lily?
She poos on the head.
Oh, okay. You are not answering any more questions. Emily, most favourite thing about your mum?
She reads me some stories.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. That was one of my most favourite things about my mum too. She reads me stories. What is a favourite thing to do with your mum? Yep. Rhiannon, do you have an answer? Mountain biking. That is a good one. Very fitting in your family. Anybody else? Favourite thing to do? Nothing. Oh, Hayley?
Reading.
Reading. Oh, I like these kids. That would be one of my favourite things too. Now, here's another question for you. Did you know that every single mum has a superhero ability? Oh, a mixture of answers here. Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, Jara?
Finding stuff.
Finding stuff. Yes. Rhiannon? Getting you in trouble is her superhero ability. Stop. I think you guys need to think a little bit more about this. I have 2 mums. The one that birthed me, and then when I married Jara and Lily's dad, I got a bonus mum. And both of those mums have a superhero ability. My first mum, she gets stuff done. She knows how to fix a problem. If you have a problem, she will know, and if she can't fix it, she'll know who to call, when to call, how long to talk to this person for, and she will get a solution to the problem. My bonus mum, she knows how to pay attention. You know how sometimes you think that adults are paying attention, but really they're not paying attention, they're just thinking about that gutter on the side of their house that's now growing a tree out of it? My bonus mum knows how to pay attention. She knows how to listen. Just hang on a sec, guys. You need to get up and move over to Daddy now. Sometimes mums have to stop what they're doing. So my bonus mum, she knows how to pay attention and she knows how to listen and sit. And when you think she's doing something else, she'll turn up on your doorstep with exactly what you need. That's her superhero ability. Now, we have a couple of special superheroes in our Bible. And I was going to have a clicker, but something's happened to it and I'm not sure. So I'm going to rely on the people at the back to press the button. This is our first mum for the Bible. This is Eve. Have you ever heard that she was called the mother of all humankind? Have you heard of that? Have you heard of Eve referred to as that? Now you have. So Eve was amazing. She did not have a childhood. She did not experience the freedom of childhood. She did not experience growing up. God formed her from Adam as an adult. She came into this world with instant responsibility. And then she fell pregnant, birthed her babies, and raised them all without having a mum to turn to when things got hard. Can you imagine that? You guys can't, not yet, but everybody else, can you imagine that? Oh, makes me tear up a little bit. So her superhuman ability, her superhero ability was being able to do that for the very first time all on her own. Our next mum was Sarah. Sarah was 90 years old when she became a mum. 90. Okay, guys, just tell me, does 90 sound old to you? Yeah, okay. Sounded old to me too. I was 42 when Lily was born, and that almost killed me. Sarah was twice as old as that, more than twice as old as that. So that is her superhero ability. Our next one was Rebecca. And Rebecca, it took her many years to become a mother, but when she finally became a mother, she was the first ever recorded mother to twins. We don't know if there were any other twins before Rebecca, so she may have done that first. But not just twins, she had twin boys. She had twin boys who were always fighting. Twin boys who were always fighting, and they started fighting before they even came out of her tummy. And then she was able to raise them, and they became two great biblical nations, and Rebecca was the matriarch of them all. That is a superhero ability. Then we have Jochebed. Jochebed was the mum of Moses. And she lived during a particularly hard time in Jewish history. The Jews were being persecuted, and Pharaoh had just written a law to say that all the baby boys, all the Hebrew baby boys, would have to be put to death. Yeah. But Jochebed had so much faith in God that she hid Moses, and then she sent him up a river in a basket. And she knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that God would preserve him. And he did. What happened to Moses? Well, he became a leader, yeah. And he led them out of persecution. But she was then able to raise him to become a surrogate mother for Moses. And she was allowed to raise him beside his sister and brother, Miriam and Aaron. And then Jochebed, she raised 3 of the most courageous, resourceful, and faithful humans ever. That is a superhero ability. No, that is a superhero ability. The next mum is Naomi. And she is pictured here with one of her daughter-in-laws named Ruth. Naomi was incredible. Her husband died, her sons died. So she was left heartbroken. And even in the darkest of her days, she had compassion. And she said to her daughter-in-laws, go back to your fathers. Because this was a time, you look at those pictures, guys, this was a time when women were in danger when they did not have a husband, sons, or father to protect them. There was nothing for them if they didn't have those men. And Naomi had none of that. And instead of trying to keep her daughter-in-laws with her, she said, go back to your father's house. Ruth decided not to. Naomi showed compassion, and that is a superhero ability. Then we have Hannah. Hannah had so much faith. She was struggling to have a baby. Year after year after year, she would pray and devote her life to God. And she knew that God would be faithful and he would come through. Even when she was taunted and made fun of by people in her family. But Hannah did not lose faith. She knew that God would provide. And he did. Do you know whose son belonged to, do you know who Hannah birthed? Who was Hannah's son? No, Samuel. Samuel the prophet. So, and then Hannah dedicated Samuel's life to God, and after that, God was faithful and gave her 5 more children. Hannah's faith meant that she became a mother 6 times over. That is a superhero ability. Then we have Mary. Mary, mother of Jesus. She was unmarried when she became pregnant after a visit from an angel, and not once did she question God. She just said, "May it be so." She was greatly troubled after the angel's visit, but she still trusted God and became a mother in the biggest scandal ever. That is a superhero ability. And our last is Lois and Eunice. Have you heard those names? These are mothers, and Lois is a grandmother and Eunice is the mother, and we don't hear a lot about them, but we will today. They dedicated their lives to teaching Timothy the amazing character of God and to have faith in Jesus, and their faith never wavered. In fact, it is recorded in the Bible that their faith was so sincere that it genuinely oozed from their pores. That is a superhero ability. Yeah. And we're going to hear more about Lois and Eunice from Pastor Andrew. Now, before you go back, there is some colouring in pages. There's some templates for Mother's Day cards, and there's some pencils in the box over there if you would like to get them and work on those for your mum while we're listening to Pastor Andrew.